Welcome to another episode of Satisfying Static, that show that neither co-host remembers to promote, but you're here anyway.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
We didn't post anything about the last 2 episodes, and yet we still had 179 listeners.
That's very impressive. Yeah, that's very impressive. Thank you to everyone who listens. I was just getting talking to about not promoting the last 2. So
Who did that? It wasn't me, right?
No, not you. Not you.
Oh, okay. I was like, I did not scold you because I also did not promote the last 2.
No. I was like, she was saying she needed to catch up, and I was like, oh well, I haven't promoted the last 2. And I was like, well, that's your fault. You need to be promoting them so people listen.
Right. Well, right. So like, we both enjoy this thing. We like doing it. But if it got too big and it became a job, we might end up hating it. And I don't want to hate anything that we like. So
yeah, I hear you.
It can get moderately big, but it's not allowed to get much bigger than that. So
it's not allowed to.
It simply isn't. I did get feedback about question format. People are very interested about all these random things, less interested about our sex lives after the first Spicy Static, because they were like, we got a really good insight into your guys' sex lives. And I'm like, that's great.
That's fair. Yeah.
Not many of my questions seem to be sex oriented anyway. It's more teenage boy bathroom humor.
True. I was going to ask if we were going to do the cards again today, if we wanted to go back to the word, because I feel like with the cards, we don't have as good conversations.
You don't think so? I think the questions prompt.
I feel like most of the time we just answer the question and move on, which isn't really a conversation.
That's fair.
So like, I feel like that's not as interesting for anybody, really. But that's just how I was feeling about it.
What do you want to do today?
I thought at least the random word generator starts some kind of conversation.
Yeah, we'll do that. I think we have the option to choose.
Yeah, I feel like the questions are nice for people who've been listening and want to get to know us, but like some of those I struggle with. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about that. Like, I don't have anything to say.
Sure. All right. Beep boop bop bop bada bop skadat do ski babomski.
And we brought it back.
And it's on. The random word generator is on. The first word is swell. Swell. Swell.
That just makes me think of like being in pain. Like it just makes me think of like bruises or like something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the first thing that came to mind. Second thing was like surfing or like waves, water.
Oh, like a water swell. Okay.
Yeah, is that right? Because that's what came to my head, and then I didn't say it because I was like, is that right?
No, that's right. Right? That's like a swell in the waves, right? I think that's right.
Something? Maybe we should Google what that word means. But yeah, that was the second thing that came to mind. And I'm like, I don't know if that's correct. But the first thing was absolutely like swelling, being hurt, or bloated.
A swell, also sometimes referred to as ground swell in the context of an ocean, sea, or lake, is a series of mechanical waves that propagate along the interface between water and air under the predominating influence of gravity, and thus often referred to as surface gravity waves.
Okay, first of all, I'm happy that we were on the right track. But second of all, I understood what none of that means. Surface gravity waves?
So it's like the big waves, right? Like it's the waves that have like the white peaks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So like the ones you can surf on.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's where my brain went.
That's good.
I mean,
good.
Probably helps that I live in California, but yeah,
that does help. It does help. Swell also makes me think of injury. It makes me think of we went to a wedding this last weekend where I promptly showed everyone that I meant that I can't dance.
I'm so sad I missed that.
I wish somebody would have recorded it though, because at one point, me and Madison, a member of Olivia's dance company, and one of my friends were crumping, like legitimate, like her fist is up here, my fist is hitting the other side, and we're just like alternating the whole time, and it was good.
Magical. It sounds like it was magical. I'm so sad I missed it.
It was magical.
Was Olivia so proud of you?
She was so proud. And she was really excited because I kept telling her I wasn't a dancer, but I was on the dance floor almost the whole night, so.
Oh my god, I bet that made her very happy.
Yeah, I have one good move. I have a dip that I do with some butt stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's because that's my only redeeming quality is my large butt. So I do a deep squat, and I like to shake that rump shaker, you know?
And with some butt stuff. I love how you said that. But it's so funny you said that because I was talking about that earlier today for the suits you sent over for the wedding. I was like, I hope she's not wearing the same one because neither of us are going to fit into those pants.
No, I'm not wearing that cut of suit. I am wearing the men's version, same color.
Okay, then I will probably need to do the same. I don't know what you were thinking. Those pants will never fit me.
I wasn't sure about you, and I wasn't sure about
never
tall either, because you're the tallest person in the wedding party.
Yeah. and they only have short or regular. I'm going to guess I'm not regular.
Saw that. Yeah, I was like, boy.
So I was like, okay, I can't look at this right now. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time with this like fit calculator or something, because these are absolute, like I can't get I don't think I can get them altered in a way where they would still look right.
I don't know, bud. I don't know. Yeah.
I would need them to be like super big to fit on my legs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that one out.
It seems like the place that we're going through does some version of custom making for these things. What that looks like, I don't know.
I just need to dig into that a little bit. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like,
yeah, you'd want to go higher rather than lower so that you could do a local alteration and not, because they can't make up material, right? But if you have way more material, they might be able to.
They can take some away. Yeah. So that was my only thought, is I'd probably just have to get like a super big size and then have them just like tailor it down.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll just have to spend some time with the fit calculator. But yeah, I was talking about, I was like, okay, my ass and her ass are definitely not fitting in these. So I don't know what she was thinking there, but
I anticipate me going bigger in my sizes and then getting them fitted here. I just got 2 of my other suits fitted through a guy local, and I'll probably end up taking it to him depending on what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe the men's slacks in the same color might be just an easier situation, because that tapered leg I can't do. I don't have ankles. I don't know if you remember, but I don't have ankles.
I do remember that. So. I was also going to tell you, I told everyone flats preferably for their comfort, but also flats for you because I don't want you to fucking tower more than you already do. So Maggie's 5'11". I'm 5'7".
I am not 5'11". Okay,
you're 5'9".
Settle down. Yes, I'm 5'9".
Oh, I tell everybody that you're 5'11", so like that's just a lie I'm perpetuating.
I'm like 2 inches taller than you. Relax.
But it's enough that on my wedding day it will be apparent. So if you
it will make Christine insecure.
That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah, no, I wasn't planning on wearing heels. You think I ever wear heels? No.
Well, no, but some people are, I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. And then I finally found our undershirt. I really wanted a white tuxedo shirt that had a ruffle to it. Give a little classy look. That was harder than I anticipated to find. I was going to veto it, and then Liv was like, no, I like it. And I was like, oh, okay.
We couldn't have just done like ties or something.
No, I'm not real excited about me wearing a bow tie, and I don't know that I'm going to.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know if anybody in your bridal party has big boobs, but that was my biggest concern with that shirt. I was like, that is not going to work for anybody with boobs.
Yeah.
All ruffle right here.
Well, and I wanted to do the long sleeve, but the long sleeve doesn't have normal sizes. Like the long sleeve is out on mediums and smalls, but I thought you guys would be warmer because it's going to be April. So I thought giving you guys like even a little bit more of a layer than not, but also when you get inside, it's going to be hot as fuck.
We could always also do like a white undershirt or something. Yeah. Too. Long sleeve undershirt if we need to or something. So that's not that big of a deal. As long as those shirts aren't super see-through.
They look thin. I don't know what they're gonna, I was kind of hoping that when somebody got one, they would tell me thoughts.
You should have ordered one just to see and then returned it if it was trash.
Thought about it, but I'll never wear it. Liv will never wear it. You could also do that.
Return it.
Yeah, we had to order shoes for this wedding, and now I'm returning them because we didn't end up needing them. That's where this whole story started, was...
Right.
So yeah, anyway, we were dancing this weekend, and Olivia, like, really pissed off her ankle, and so it was like her Achilles that was bugging her a lot, and so last night she stands up and she goes, is anything swollen? And I was like, your right ankle is swollen. And she was like, can you take a picture of it? I was like, are you kidding me? And she was like, no, I just can't see what you're seeing, and I think a picture would help you be able to explain it to me better. And I was like, sure. So then this morning I was looking at my phone and I just have a random picture of Olivia's ankles on my phone.
Cute. Yeah. Marriage is fun.
Oh my God, but we stayed, okay. So this whole weekend, we stayed in the creepiest house you could have ever imagined. So off Route 22 in New York State, obviously. We get there, it's like 10:30 at night, we walk in and immediately my gut is like, nope, you don't like this place. There's a bad vibe here. This is not gonna be okay. And we go upstairs and there's 3 bedrooms left to pick from. The first bedroom we walk into has 2 large, like full-size beds pushed together. So it's supposed to be like a California king. It's stupid sized. Like it's so dumb. But you can see the crease in the middle, right? Like, okay, great. Sure. So we walk into this room. The lampshade looks like it was just attacked by Wolverine. There's like holes in it, like these big gashes down the sides. There's
Really?
a rocking chair. Yes, there's a rocking chair in one corner and then a wooden old rickety crib in the other corner. And I'm like, no, this is an old Shaker farmhouse, right? So I no.
Was it a theme? Was that the theme is like
no,
falling apart?
Nope. So I walk in and I was like, absolutely not this one. I'm gonna get murdered in my sleep by a ghost here. Walk into the next room and I'm like, also no to this one. It's got like bright pink walls. The bed situation's the same. There's like, maybe 3 inches of distance between the window and the bed. So I'm like, cool. Invasion of the Body Snatchers just gonna snag me out of this window.
Wow.
I didn't love that either. So I looked at Olivia and I was like, if we go into the next room and it's just as bad, we're going to a hotel. Like straight up, we're leaving. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna die in my sleep. The next room was fine, whatever. But so I'm telling everybody who will listen, I'm like, this house, bad vibes, real bad vibes. One of our friends is like, oh, there's no ghosts here, whatever. I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. That night, we all have a good time. Next morning, she wakes up. She doesn't feel well. She looks very under the weather. Like just does not look well. And I'm like, how many times last night did you say that there's no ghosts? Okay. They came for you. They came for you last night. So she's like laying down, like whatever, starts to feel better. And I'm like, don't fucking say a word about those ghosts or that shit's going to sneak right back. I didn't say any of this there, but the whole time this is all I'm thinking. And I'm looking at Olivia and I'm like, that's some spirit shit, right? You fuck with spirits. They make you feel like shit for no reason to remind you that they're there. It was terrible.
So wait, why was the third room fine? There was nothing creepy in that one, or Olivia just broke you down?
I stood in it long enough that I felt better about it, but it was smaller and it was not right next to the window, and the Holy Bible in the room was glowing and that looked safe. I'm kidding.
I was like, that would have been the first thing to throw me out of there. What do you mean? Like the Holy Bible was glowing.
No, but there was a Bible in every room. I straight up told Olivia, I was like, I will never stay in a house like this ever again. Like, I've been in objectively creepy houses. I've been into houses that are labeled as haunted or whatever. I've walked in and I felt really good. I walked into this house and it was like this overwhelming sense of dread. Like my stomach just was like in pits. I was like, dude, something bad has happened here. Something bad lives here. Something bad just is here. And I do not like it. And then the next morning, one of our friends fell down the stairs.
Are you kidding? Like sober?
Yeah. These stairs were like, I always use this reference and it's a terrible reference, but like Anne Frank stairs, like those straight up stairs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the very, very steep stairs.
Yeah.
And I was at TJ Maxx 30 minutes away trying to find another belt because the first belt I got didn't work. Yeah, I know. But it was funny is I walk into this TJ Maxx and I'm like, this is the most beautiful TJ Maxx I've ever seen in my life. And boom, right there. The big exact belt that I needed, the exact size, first thing on the shelf. I was like, oh, perfect.
Amazing.
This is great.
Perfect.
But then I get back and they're like, hey, Madison fell down the stairs. I was like, oh my God, is she okay? Also, strike 2 for this motherfucking house.
Honestly, yeah. Was she okay though? We were all like,
it's fine. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
sorry,
okay, all right, okay. You forgot that part.
She was totally fine. But I will also point out that she wore a sheet and joked about ghosts in the house. And I'm like, girl, strike 2 for the ghosts.
Oh my, you're just sitting there like, I told you so.
I'm just like keeping tally on my phone over here. I'm like, yep, This is the worst sleep I've ever gotten. I slept maybe 2 hours. Over the 48 hours that we were there, I slept maybe 2.
Oof. Yeah, it doesn't sound super fun. The wedding sounds like it was fun, though.
The wedding was a blast, and we played Dexter Edition Clue, and Olivia had never played Clue. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So we had to teach Olivia how to play Clue.
That's fun. Did she like it? I feel like she would love it.
She was very meh about it. She's mid.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe the Dexter version.
Well, and the Dexter version was hard. So instead of who did it, what room, and what weapon, it's who did it, the detective that solved the case, and what place.
Oh, that's trickier.
Yeah. So instead of like Mrs. Green with a candlestick in the library, it was like Bay Harbor Butcher, construction site, Vinny Montoya or whatever as the detective who solved it. But we didn't specify when we started if everyone had the same number of cards as far as like everybody has one person, everybody has one place, everybody has one murderer. I'm an idiot. And so I got given a murderer, a place, and a person. I thought everybody had that same combination. So I thought when I asked somebody who their person was or whatever, and they showed me their person, that I was done with that person. Like I didn't have to ask them again for a person because that was it. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
Okay.
And everybody else knew that, but me. So like halfway through the game, somebody's like, wait, everybody has like a different mixture of cards, right? And I'm like, no, we all have one person, one place, one murderer. And they were like, no, we don't. I was like, oh, motherfucker.
Okay, so like Olivia's first experience with Clue was a little muddy, let's call it.
Well, and there was 6 of us. So 6 of us each had 3 cards. And so it took 4.5 hours. I'm not even kidding.
No, that makes sense because all the cards were mixed up.
Exactly. 4.5 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like a quarter of the way through, I've been drinking at this point. Quarter of the way through, I start humming like a country song. So then there's a country song stuck in my head, and it's a Luke Bryan song. And there's this line in the Luke Bryan song that says, "Get on up in my daddy's tractor." And for whatever reason, that line stuck in my head. So every 6 minutes or so, I'd be like, "Da-da-da, get on up in my daddy's tractor."
Oh my God.
And so that became the running joke all weekend. Or I would walk up to somebody from the group and I would be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, have you guys seen Olivia? Last I knew she was going to go get up in my daddy's tractor. Where'd you go?" Just constantly.
Wow.
It was the best callback joke all weekend, but it started there.
Amazing. Sounds like it was a great weekend, minus, the haunted house and Olivia's swollen ankle.
Yeah. Everybody else, a handful of people, I think 3 people out of the group of 9 of us stayed an extra night. And I was like, nope, couldn't have paid me enough. And Willow was the center of attention. Everybody got to hang out at the corgi all weekend because we got to bring her.
Oh, you got to bring Willow? That's so sweet.
Yeah,
yay. I'm glad that worked out.
One final thought on Swell, though. I got a random phone call from my maid of honor. Out of nowhere, we were laying on the couch and she FaceTimed me and I was like, "What's up?" And she goes, "I just saw you on my For You page and I just wanted to let you know that your arms are really swole. They're really big."
Swole. Okay.
Swole. Yeah, swole. I said swell, but I meant swole. That's why swell made me think of it, because swell. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Your arms look jacked, dude. Like, what have you been doing?" I was like, "Literally nothing."
That's not true.
I do jujitsu 4 times a week, but it's not like strength training, like at all.
I mean, it's like agility and sculpting. So like, even if you aren't lifting, your arms your body's going to start looking more toned.
Sculpting. That's a choice of a word.
That's what it's called. Wait, don't you watch workout videos? That's what it's called.
I sure don't, bud. I sure don't.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, that's part of it. That's what it's called. If you're looking to more tone and sculpt your body instead of just like adding on bulk, but it's sitting under fat, like that agility stuff helps. So it makes sense if your arms are looking more jacked.
I was just going to say like, oh yeah, it's like Michelangelo. Anyway. The next word, Michelangelo, the sculptor.
I didn't understand the connection, but okay, I got it now.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, how ADHD of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Sculptor, Michelangelo.
Got it. All right, well, next word.
Just to highlight how ADHD works here, folks. So I said sculptor, Michelangelo. Michelangelo makes me think of Da Vinci. Da Vinci makes me think of Da Vinci Code. And Da Vinci Code reminds me of puzzles, and I like puzzles.
Okay, wow, all right, that came full circle. I love that. Was Michelangelo even a sculptor or was he a painter?
I believe both. So Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel and he sculpted David.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that's right.
I believe you're right. Yeah, I have seen the infamous David.
Oh yeah. Oh, literally, artworks by Michelangelo you should know. The Sistine Chapel ceiling and David are the first 2.
Main ones, yeah. Good call.
I feel very validated in that way.
I forgot about David and his tiny peen.
Yes, David and his tiny peen, which is arguably average.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, yeah.
I think it's like a 4-incher, which I think 4.5 to 5.5, I think is the average penile length. Anyway, so the next word is crackpot.
That seems oddly appropriate right now. Crackpot. Yeah, that seems very fitting for us. That just makes me think of like unhinged people. And like not unhinged in like a mentally well, I guess yes, but like unhinged in like people, those types of people that just like say weird shit or like always out of pocket, or like they just disappear for weeks on end and all of a sudden they come back and they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I went on this trip and then I met this guy and then now we're touring the country." And you're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, it reminds me heavily of like Alex Jones and QAnon folks. Like that's what first makes me think of is like QAnon crackpots, anti-vax crackpots.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What does crackpot mean? Does that just mean like your brain broke?
Well, Google it. Crackpot definition.
Like, where did that come from? I'm so curious now.
An eccentric or foolish person. People who claim famous past identities are usually dismissed as crackpots.
So what, people who say that they were like Cleopatra in a past life? Is that what that's saying?
Sure, yeah.
So I guess, whatever. Yeah, all of those fit, I think. I don't know. It takes all kinds. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about crackpot, I guess. I guess I've met a lot of crackpots. We need more mental health support in this country.
We do need more mental health support in this country. Truthfully, it's a global phenomenon that is largely just not addressed in other places.
True.
We aren't addressing it the best that we should be, but it's just straight up not addressed elsewhere too. So
true. Valid point.
Next word, apparatus.
Ooh, that feels like a really old word. God, it's been so long since I've heard that. Like, the only person I could think that would still say like apparatus would be like a grandpa, or like, your chemistry teacher or something.
You're funny. It's funny that you say that. So I looked up the definition to read it to you. The technical equipment or machinery needed for a particular activity or purpose. Example, laboratory apparatus.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what my brain went to. Yeah, like that's... I can't even think of the last time that maybe on Dexter's Laboratory, it was like the last time I've heard that said out loud. But yeah, that's really what it makes me think of as like tool, like another word for like tool or thing you use for other things.
For a really long time, I didn't know that scaffolding was called scaffolding, and I only thought that was referred to as an apparatus.
Oh, wait, really? This is a fun fact.
Yeah, so for the longest time, and I think it was I don't know if it was my mother or not. And I don't know if she just like couldn't find the word or whatever, but she was like, I wonder why that building has all those apparatuses outside. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, is that what those are called? She's like, yeah, it's like an apparatus. And I was like, all right, cool. And then like the next, I don't know, fast forward 10 years, I'm in New York, or not New York, in Chicago. I've been in New York for the first time last year. I was in Chicago, and I was talking to my brother, and I was like, why do they have all these like apparatus out? And he was like, are you trying to be an asshole? I was like, no. He's like, it's called scaffolding. I was like, oh. I was like, I'm pretty sure mom told me that was apparatus. He's like, of course you did. But no, it's scaffolding. Nobody's ever answered that question for me, though. Why does New York and Chicago have scaffolding that's permanently set up, like has lights run through it and everything else? Like, why does that exist?
It's not permanent, but the reason for the light is because there's very limited daytime, and also it's easier to do construction early mornings and at night than it is in the middle of the day because there's a fuck ton of people. So a lot of times construction crews will start late or very, very early when there is no daylight. And so they set up the lights so that they're already ready to go. And then also on the street side, they set up sometimes depending on how covered it is, they set up the lights so that as pedestrians pass through, it's not like a super dangerous area to walk through.
Those are the lights I'm talking about, the lights that they run through on the pedestrian side. But also, I swear to God, scaffolding that has been there for years has not, like, decades.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's honestly, do you really want the reasons?
I mean, yeah. Do people just abandon it there? Because, like, these buildings don't even look to be under construction anymore. They just have scaffolding outside.
Sort of. So part of that would be, like, money runs out, like, funding runs out and whatever. And, like, if things go bust and there's no one to come and clean up and the company's not willing to take back, if it's not their equipment or they don't give a shit, they will just leave it because that's work and time. And if it's not theirs, they don't care. So like they will just leave it, especially if the funding runs out or whatever. And especially with city projects or city buildings, things take forever and they end up going in phases. And so sometimes you just leave it because you're going to be back there next year doing the same fucking thing. And it costs a lot more to put it up, take it down, put it back up than it does to just leave it.
I think that's one of my biggest complaints about the big cities is that there's just scaffolding everywhere. And I'm like, why would you just leave that? It's such an eyesore. It is
an eyesore. Yes, it is an eyesore. This is very true. But like, that's just part of city life. I mean, you just need it. Some of it is honestly to prevent ice from falling on people's heads from tall buildings. Some of it's to prevent like weird debris falling down. Like there's lots of reasons for it, but yeah.
I mean, yes, those are also valid things, right? Like things falling on pedestrians is also bad. I agree.
So there's definitely like scaffolding that goes up around certain buildings in downtown Chicago during wintertime only, just to prevent the icicles from falling on pedestrians. Because they'll kill you, literally.
Yeah, of course they would.
From that height.
Yeah. From that height,
you are dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like an ice bullet through your brain.
An ice bullet through your brain. I would have gone with the word, I don't know, pick or sword, or an ice sword.
Anyway, but yeah, scaffolding, so fun. City living. Woo.
Is there much scaffolding in California?
No, because there's not a lot of like tall buildings.
Yeah, not a lot of skyscraper stuff.
Not a lot of skyscrapers.
Not even LA has a ton of skyscrapers.
No, it's a very small downtown. There is scaffolding up downtown LA in certain spots, but not really. And then definitely not anywhere down here unless they're actively doing like construction.
Yeah, Boston doesn't have a ton either.
Yeah, there's a lot shorter buildings here, I think, is the main reason, but I don't know. Also, no icicles to fall on anyone's head.
Oh, you had to just throw that in. You said to throw that in.
We're going full circle. Was the word icicle?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the word icicle. Apparatus.
Oh, we're not talking about swollen anymore. How the fuck did we? Oh, scaffolding. That's right.
Swell apparatus scaffolding.
Scaffolding. That's how we got there, right? You thought it was called an apparatus. Anyway, so yeah, there's lots of apparatuses.
I've already forgotten our middle word. Swell apparatus.
Swell was our middle word. The first word was... No, wait. You're right. What was the middle word? Oh, crackpot.
Oh.
Yeah, crackpot. Yes. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
I don't know what it is in the last, 10 years that we've decided to start using crack as a word for things like the crack chicken buffalo dip, the buffalo chicken dip that people call crack dip.
Yeah.
Just because it's so good. And I'm like, I don't love that we've done that.
Because it's love that addicting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that we've decided to do that.
Yeah, I know. But all we can do is not use it ourselves and set an example. Like, I don't really know what you can do about that.
Well, we've hit our
quota for the day.
Our quota.
Our word quota for the day.
Our word quota. When I hear the word quota, I think of Monsters Inc. every time.
Oh, why?
They had a scream quota.
Oh!
I feel like when I was a kid, I never heard the word quota before that movie.
Oh, that might be right. Yeah, that might be right. That's cute. That's a cute memory.
Yeah, so I don't really use it for anything else. I've never, in just random conversation, I'm never like, yeah, I hit my quota. For whatever reason, every time I hear that, I hear Mike Wazowski saying something about quota.
That's funny and cute. Yeah, I don't associate that with anything but sales, just because of, I guess, my career. So I always just think of like sales. Sales always has to hit their quota or get their numbers, whatever.
Housekeeping at the end. Do we have any housekeeping?
Housekeeping at the end. I don't remember what I was keeping anyone updated on. So, but I did go to a scary amusement park this week, and that was the shit.
Your job is what I was gonna say.
Oh,
housekeeping on your employment status.
Yeah, my job. Right, I forgot about that. I've been updating people on live about that. Instead of working, because obviously, I'm not really doing that now. So in the mornings, I jump on live for anyone who wants to join, just kind of dick around for a while. But yeah, no real updates. I just really need to sit down and get my shit together, to be honest. I need to ask for recommendations on LinkedIn and get my website back up and stuff, but I need to start looking for clients. I think we're going to stick with the freelance for a bit and see how things go, because the corporate world just sucks.
The corporate world does suck, so totally fine with that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's not super fun. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if some influencers need rate sheets or something.
It's a great idea. You made a beautiful rate sheet for me that I use all the time. I update it all the time. I've lost 2,000 followers in the last 3 months, so I've had to update it quite a bit.
Ooh, rough.
Yeah, I'm on a downward slide. I don't know if it's just natural decline or if it's TikTok randomly unfollowing people, but because I don't have enough that are coming in that are new, it's just whatever.
Yeah, it's probably just a natural decline. And also a lot of TikTok accounts are dead right now. I don't know if you scrolled through yours, but there's a lot of dead accounts in there. So I think TikTok's starting to remove some of those. So you might just see numbers drop because of that. But that's not a bad thing. It'll increase your engagement.
I was going to say, I had gotten some recommendations a while ago about going through my own following list and getting rid of accounts that are deactivated or banned.
I did that.
I have 570,000 of them. So
yeah, it's not worth going through all of yours, but it's just it'll say TikTok user. So I just did quick scroll and did unfollow, and I didn't go through all of them, but I did it while I was bored. I did scroll for a little while, but I think it is worth it. And I would honestly, if you feel like doing it, just start from the bottom. So just scroll till you're all the way at the bottom but it is a good idea.
Yeah, I did that with my people I follow. So I always keep my follow number below 500, and I go through regularly the people that I follow, and if they haven't posted in 90 days or they're deleted, I unfollow them.
Oh, I should go through and unfollow some people. But yeah, well, I mean, going through and deleting your inactive followers will help increase your engagement, because if it's a dead account or something, the algorithm's putting everything against your total followers. So
interesting.
It's all a math game. The algorithm is very easy, but it's all a math game. It's all a numbers game.
My engagement is hot garbage lately, and has been hot garbage.
Yeah, that's because TikTok is now trying to make money.
Yeah, they offered to let me opt in. If you have over 100,000 followers, you can opt in to be on TikTok Pulse, which is where you basically agree to let a company put an ad before your video or after your video, and then that company has to give you a cut.
Okay. So like YouTube ads.
Exactly. It's a way to monetize TikTok content more for the creator.
I heard they were rolling that out.
The advertiser has to basically approach
you first.
Like they have to select your video through TikTok to put your ad there.
I mean, that will still probably work out in your favor because it's honestly going to be like some college kid that doesn't really know how to run ads picking the videos. So your chances of getting picked are going to be very high because I'm going to tell you right now, nobody who's been doing marketing has any idea how to work TikTok.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Any company who's going to be placing ads on TikTok is hiring some teenager to be doing that for them. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it, to be honest. It's actually probably a pretty good thing. And sounds, I don't know. Do you have to approve the ads?
No, you don't.
Ooh, okay.
It can be whatever it is. But what's nice about that is that I can take a cut from an ad that I'm not attached to at all. They just happen to scroll to it after or before me.
Okay, so it's not like pre-roll. It's not like before your video plays. It's just the video before yours. Okay, got it. Okay, well, I mean that's way better. I would sign up for that for sure because that's easy. Like
at least that's the way I read it. I don't think it is directly before your video. I think it's a lot like when you open the app and there's that initial ad when you open it. It's a lot like that, or when you're scrolling through your For You page, just a random ad in there. Which, speaking of, you guys might see me in one of those. GoodRx has whitelisted my first ad for them, and so that might show up as sponsored content. Please interact with it. Thank you.
Like copy link.
Like, copy the link, comment on it, act like you care.
Do all the things. Yeah. So yay! That's exciting news. That's fun housekeeping.
That was fun housekeeping. Fun housekeeping at the end. Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm still considering, I don't know, working with brands, but that does not sound like something I really want to do. I would honestly much rather make content for brands that doesn't like feature me or need to live on my page than have brands pay me to put stuff up on my account. Like I would much rather just be a content creator in the background because like all brands need that and just like send them videos that they post on their own accounts. I think that would be better for me than me trying to be like, oh, hey, I have a following. Will you pay me?
Yeah. I'll take either one right now because my wedding is expensive and I have student debt coming due in a mere 2 short months.
Amazing. Yeah. Same, actually, because I just got fired. So, so either one. So if anyone has any leads on brands that are looking for content creators, let me know. Let us know.
Let us know.
Please.
Let us know.
Please. Until next time.
Until next time.